So we're going to go right into this. So I got a lot of requests of people telling me how to cut certain models in half to cut down on certain print times and all of that good stuff and all, and let's say it doesn't fit on their let's say they have 150 millimeter in build volume, right, and they want to do it in pieces. How do you cut an entire mesh, right? So how do you do that? Or even if, let's say, the alignment is off. Let's say you see I take this and I'm going here and there. You can see the alignment. I don't want it to be so close to the edge. I want to put it here, for example, or whatever. How would I be able to rearrange and align it properly, or even cut it so I can see, so I could cut down on times or fit it in my bed because the build volume is so low? What do I do? So very simple, okay? I'm going to show you. So I'm using Simplified 3D, okay? So because I'm using Simplified 3D now, I don't know if they have it in Cura. So I'm going to say, I know they have a lot of people that say they use Maya or by Alias, some kind of 3D program or whatever. But most of you guys said you had Simplified 3D and you had no idea how to cut it. And you were wondering if you could do it in 3D Studio Max and all that. Yes, you can do it in your 3D programs, and then just import it as STL if they have an option. I remember I did. But this right here is very simple. You go to Mesh right here. Okay, so I just want to show you. And also I'm going to tell you, let's say in this situation, and I'm going to tell you right now, you know what, let me show you guys something, all right? So because of the height of the thing, it's going to need, because you see this one's on the floor and this one's not. Because of the height of the supports, you're going to be going for more hours on this thing, which is beyond stupid. Okay, because it's going to have to print out the supports and the raft, which I always put on my stuff, especially on fragile items like this. But I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so I'm doing, so it's doing its thing right here. Give it a second. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Alright, so it's, wow. Okay, so it says 30 hours here, but I don't know why it's not showing anything. I think there's a glitch. Yeah, there is. There's a glitch. Okay. Give me a second, guys. 1 second. Let me just get this thing going. Alright. Let me reopen this crappy file. Ooh, alright. Okay guys, so you can see I'm going to be preparing the print. I just want to show you how it looks due to this huge gap that you have, how it adds also to the hours and everything, especially when you want to print this thing too. But I'm going to show you what I mean by alignment. Now of course what I could do is I could simply separate them and put these all the way down to the floor, and we could save a lot. I don't know why it's so glitchy. Okay, here we go. So you see this big support right here? This becomes, this leads to more hours of print. And you got 30 hours and 25 minutes on this thing, okay? Now, let us say, let's exit preview mode right here, okay? Let us say I want to realign everything, okay? Realign it and make it, make these right here lower. So, or even cut this out right here, okay? So, you go to Mesh, okay? You go to right here, Separate Connected Surfaces. Now, you see what it did? It turned it into this. Now, you can see you're going to get individual. See that? So, you can actually align any little thing, and that'll be fine. So, I want to show you guys something, okay? I'm going to highlight all of this. I just want to show you guys what I'm talking about. Alright, so I want to put it, let's say, here, and at the same time, okay, so I don't want to think that's the thumb. Okay, so I'm going to take that out, and then I just want to see where the other thumb is, because, in order to align them. The crappy part about this is it's not in order, so you got to look for each and individual one. Oh, here we go. Okay, so now I'm going to go like this, okay? I'm going to just disable these, and ooh, okay, I screwed up. Okay, so you go like this because I have to tag that first. Okay, and I'm gonna untag this. and I'm gonna move, let me see here, gonna move this down, sorry, middle first, okay, there you go. So we're gonna move this down so we could cut down on the hours. I'm gonna show you guys. That's not gonna make much of a difference, obviously. I mean, it will make kind of a difference, but you know, you'll see what I'm talking about right now. So before it was like 30 hours. Now I am going to put the thumb back in, okay? So you guys are going to see I do not play around. So the thumb luckily is already on the floor. So all we need to do is just align it. So we're going to go over here and we're going to put that baby down here. Okay, so you do want to make a little bit of space, you see right there, for the raft to do its job. And now we're going to do a preview print. We're going to see how this thing works. Give me 1 second, yo. Take some time to do this because it's calculating. Ooh, I think I flopped. Okay, I think we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay, did them all. I thought I had to highlight them. Now you see how that cut it? From 30 hours to 20 hours and 52 minutes. First off, that is way less on the material cost, way less material to waste, okay? And we're talking about close to a 10-hour difference here. So that's amazing. But now, okay, I want to cut that down even more. So instead of doing even a 20-hour print, see, right now I'm testing, I'm actually doing the thumb only, right? But instead of a 20-hour print, I want to see if this thing fits me or whatever. So what I want to do is I want to cut this baby out right here. I don't want it to be, the thumb to be here. Okay, as stupid as it sounds, I really don't want it to be here because I don't feel like printing for 20 hours. I like being here when I'm printing things, but some things, you got to print overnight or whatever, whatever. But I like to divide, to take them apart if they're like this, for example, okay? If they're, like a helmet or whatever, I like to be, I like to do it all in one because I don't like seams at all. So I even though I can cover it up very quick, I rather have it all in one piece and then reinforce everything. So I want to take this out. So let's get out of, exit that mode right here. Okay, and I want to take these two out. So what I do is I highlight one, I press delete. Okay, I should have highlighted both of them, but hold on. I just want to show you guys. Let me just look for it. And then I press delete again. Now I'm left with this. You see right here? So now I want to move this because even though I have a big build volume, okay, I really do. I have a huge build volume, as you can see. But the thing is, I don't like having things too close to the edges because even though I do great alignment in my bed, always on the edges, it tends to be, you're gonna get some. It might be some warping, some whatever. I just out of safety, I like giving it a nice little space. So in the center, unless I'm doing like a helmet or whatever, but in the center I like doing it this way. So now you're gonna see, guys, how amazing this is, okay? So now I took out the thumb and I'm gonna prepare this for print. It's gonna do its magic. There you go. Look at that, 15 hours. So it cuts 5 hours out because the thumb itself was 5 hours, okay? So I know it doesn't seem like much. You're like, oh, what the heck is 5 hours, whatever. I don't want, blah, blah, blah. I might as well do it all together. Yes, if you want to do 20 hours or whatever, you go ahead and do that. 15 hours to 20 is not going to make a difference, but to me, it does because I would do this in the morning, this print, and, 15 hours later, it'd be complete. And then I do the thumb. But what I like to do is what I'm doing right now, not this model, but I have another model where I'm doing the thumb first, so I waste only 5 hours, and actually I'm doing it even less because I'm doing the infill on much less, so it's even less than that. It'll take about 2 hours and a half or whatever, because I want to measure it on my thumb itself, and I don't trust the measurements really unless I put it on. I have some issues before, so I always like to print a very low resolution model just to get the idea of how it fits on my finger. And then once that works, I know all of these babies right here will work as well, and then I could print this out for the full 15 hours and 51 minutes. But you guys see, that's how you slice your your what do you call your meshes, okay, your entire models. And it works also for helmets. I mean, if you guys look, I'm gonna do something here for you guys. Let's say the helmet of Sauron, whatever. Let's do Magneto. Okay, this one I've been having problems with actually with the model. For some reason, it keeps shutting down the program, so I don't know if I'm gonna get that exactly to work. But let me just see. Okay, so I take this out. Let's say. You go to mesh, where is it? Separate, right? So it's doing its magic. Separate connected surfaces. Oh, wait a second. Alright. Okay, so let's go to... Where is that Sauron thing? I do not know. Okay, hold on. Let me shut this off. Okay. We're going to go into Lord of the Rings. Okay, we're going to open this up. Okay, so we're now at this, right? Alright, so first off, I'm going to take... this is a 70-hour print, guys, okay? 77, sorry, hour print for the entire thing. Now, if you want to leave it on for close to 4 days, be my guest and do so. Me, I don't want to do that, okay? So... what I'd like to do is, and I don't like seams, but as you can see the way this thing looks, it looks like it already has a bunch of seams anyway. So I want to cut down on the stuff. Now usually helmets, like I said, I would print them out all in one, and most likely I would have to do it. This is why I'm waiting for like my vacation, and then I'm going to actually print this big baby out. So I want to separate this, okay? So what I do is, alright, so, and also it's cool, because let's say you want to single this baby out, right? Because you want to print that out alone and then stick it because you want to put a sigil on it or something to make it unique and cool, right? Okay, so we're going to go into this. But you see, that goes into the back. I don't want that. That goes into that. I don't want that. And I want this, okay? So I want this part right here, and this part we're going to print afterwards, okay? Oh, crap. All right, I screwed that up. All right, hold on. Here we go. Oh, like that. Okay, so I want to erase this, and I want to erase this, let's say. Okay, now we're stuck with this one right here. Okay, so don't worry, it looks good. This is just like glitchy in it. And now I want to move this back. Now I also have some more space to work with, as you can see. So that's pretty freaking cool that I have that option. So I want to put it in the middle here. Ooh, too close. Alright. Just see, that's how you got to do it. It's just weird the way things look. Alright, here we go. Okay, so now I want to do this. Now, I've been having a lot of illegal operation, and it closes on you. You know, not illegal operation. It's like the equivalent of the Windows illegal operation, and it closes and all that shit. So, bear with me on this one. But, so if it does that, you know, it is what it is. But as you can see, it's going to do its thing. It is quite a big print. It's practically going up to about 400 millimeters. So that's a pretty big darn print right there. But we're going to see right now. It's going to do it. Just give it a second. Okay, we're going to use the magic time. Okay, guys, so as you can see, look how this thing looks. Okay, it looks like crap. It looks like crap. We need supports on this, obviously, but I'm just giving you an example right here, okay? So we need supports here, obviously. But from 77 hours, we cut it down to 27 hours. Okay, let's say with the supports about 30 hours, okay? That's still a large difference from 77 hours. And now, when we go back to here, I'm going to open it up again. Lord of the Rings right here. Just going to show you guys something. Okay, so we're going to do separate, let me take this out now too. So we're going to separate the mesh. Where is it? Right here. Okay, so now we're going to this, and this, right? Yeah, I think so. Okay, we're going to erase those. And now we have this part, okay? So how long will this part take us to print? Well, let's take a look here. So first I'm going to do a light, I don't know, whatever, just to add supports on the sides here. Oh, this does not look good. Okay, let me do a full-on. Oh, I guess that's the way it's doing. So you could obviously add your own support. So you know what? We're going to just take that out right now because I'd rather do my own supports. Okay, I don't know why it's not taken out. Again, glitches. So we're going to go into prepare print. So give me a second. So guys, by the magic dark powers of Sauron and editing, here we are. So this is how it is. So as you can see, everything is ready to go. And it is 47 hours on this part right here. Now again, I could have split them again into 3 pieces if I wanted to. So that's the pluses of doing, of splitting. And I know a lot of you guys had no idea how to do it. When I first started, I had so many questions and I couldn't find them on the net for some reason. I don't know why. I think because, when you write split, it means, or slice, it means a different story. Obviously, like the slicing in here, which is like you could control all kind of settings and stuff. So they use different terminology that I didn't know, that I still am kind of a little bit, on it, a little bit off on that. But that's pretty much how you do it. So I found out I was just goofing around, and then I went into Mesh. I said, what's this? Because I work a lot with 3D, with Maya, with 3D Studio Max, so I I saw the word mesh. I had to see what the heck it was, and then it said mesh reduction, whatever. And on the spot, I see this, which says separate connected surfaces. I said, I got to see what the hell that is. I pressed it, and to my surprise, boom, that's what happened. So this is pretty cool to have this option, and especially to be able to align it the way you want, or cut it in half or whatever, and that's pretty fine. But now remember, this doesn't work for everything. For example, for most of the stuff, it will work. Okay, but some of them, they make, like, let's take the Magneto, for example. Okay, we're going to take the, where is it? The Magneto helmet. This one I got from Thingiverse. Because I had no idea. I actually didn't want a Magneto helmet. I was looking for like a Roman helmet, and I didn't know how to, like, I designed my own 3D crap, but I couldn't figure out for the life of me how to, how to do it, because they have the plumes and all kinds of stuff there. Okay, so now we're gonna go into here, here, and here. Okay. So, as you can see, this is the Magneto helmet, whatever it is, and now, let's say I wanted to split this. Okay, so you do split, connect, whatever, separate connected surfaces. And then you'll see the selected mesh is already a single connected surface. So you're screwed. Okay, so you don't have that. But you saw it works on everything else, which is freaking cool. It just doesn't work on this. Okay, so in that situation, what you should do is you go into 3D Studio Max or any 3D software that permits you to do this, and you'll see, like most of them have, where they have dots all over the mesh. You just highlight it by dragging this, and you just, drag it down like that, cut it in half, and then, import each one as STL, and you'll get it. But I try to stay away from things like that. And for some reason, this thing doesn't work. You'll see right now. Like, for instance, I'm doing... So I think there's issues even with this model. I got it from Thingiverse, and I think there's a lot of issues with this model because I didn't get it to actually prepare print. So I don't think it's really the fact that it can't split. I just think that the thing does not... is not able to be printed at all. There's a lot of crap on Thingiverse that just doesn't work. That's why I try not to ever use it unless some person wants it for a play or whatever, or some other crap, like they want to do it for a fan film, so they ask me to build it for them, and they're my friends, and they do me a lot of favors, so I do them favors as well. But always, that's the only time I go to Thingiverse, because their models, unless you actually see a picture with this or whatever, then I don't believe it. But even the pictures, sometimes I don't know how they print this crap. I think in Cura this thing will print almost definitely, but the thing is, if it's not printing here and it's causing issues, I don't know how that's going to come out on on the printer. So let's check this out right now. So as you can see, it doesn't let me print it at all. Okay, so something is definitely wrong with that model because I'm not getting a chance to do this. But I want to show you guys a simple trick that you could separate it. Okay, so let's go into here. And this is for these trouble models. But let's say the model, you could print it. This one looks like a dud. So this one looks like a dud. So we're going to, let's see. All right, let's do it 180. Actually, no, 90. Make it completely on the side. You see right here? So what you could do is you could print it out like this. Okay? Oh, hold on. But obviously my build volume doesn't work like that, right? As big as it is, it doesn't cover all of that. So we're going to go back into this. Let me just reset this. Okay, so I'm over here right now. Oh my god, look at this. Alright. Let me get this over. Let me get it over here. Let's undo. Okay, so we're up to this, right? Okay, so now I want to... this looks a little off. Yeah, I think it's because I... where's that? Y-axis, right? Oh, no, wait, rotation? Yeah, here we go. Okay, so now we're back on this, right? So I want to do it this way, okay? So I'm going to cut it... Oh, sorry. Ouch. Okay? Oh, alright, hold on. So you can actually print it like this, I kid you not. As funny as this looks. You could slice it by putting it off the bed or under the bed. Okay, and then you could slice it in half like that, and it'll work. Okay, and it'll cut down on the hours. The thing is, I don't like doing it that way because then you need to remember the exact measurement you're in, right? So you could take a picture of this, and then you could do the other half afterwards and just add it to it, and it'll be fine. So that's another trick you could do for these one-piece troublemakers, okay? So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Definitely like and definitely subscribe and hit that stupid bell button Google made to be alerted of many other videos to come of all these tips and tricks, and also you know, reviews that I do, unboxings and builds that I make, and a bunch of other crap that I do on my channel. Definitely show some love, show some support. Like, subscribe, dislike even, comment below. Let me know what's your favorite way to split a mesh. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.